Well, good evening. I'm your host, Robert Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Podcast. Tonight's podcast is 7 Ways Why the Power of Now Awakens the Prowess of Now to rise me out of my museum onto my beaches of bountiful bliss. The warrior rises the moment you stop living from the museum of memory and step onto your raw voltage of now. The power of now is never gentle. It's a shockwave that cracks the glass around your old identity and exposes the frontier beneath your feet. The prowess of now is what switches on when the dust clears, the instinct, the clarity, and the sovereign expansion that only appears when you're stopped negotiating with yesterday. A warrior never waits for permission. He listens through the body and perceives through the airway the awareness that moves from immediacy onto the beaches of beautifulness. That's the rise, that's the ignition. That's the moment the museum loses its hold and the frontier becomes your home. Power awakens presence. Prowess awakens expansion and movement. Power wakes the system. Prowess runs the system. Power is the spark. Prowess is the flame. Because the power of now shocks you out of the museum mind, and the museum mind is yesterday's curator. Dust labels stories, rolls, relics. As the power of now hits the voltage, shattering the glass cases and cutting the lights on the old exhibits. It's a rupture that wakes you from the trance of who you used to be, because prowess of now switches on the moment the museum collapses. Once the shock clears the static, your instinctual dexterity rises. Your intuition, imagination, innovation, inspiration ignite in nowality and here and now time. Prowess is the part of you that only activates when you stop living from memory. Together they lift you out of the museum onto the frontier of your unborrowed life. The power of now wakes you. The prowess of now moves you. That's how you rise out of the museum, out of memory and out of the script, and onto the sovereign immediacy of who you are, who you actually are. The power of now awakens the prowess of now, as the power of now is the shock wave that breaks the museum mind and returns you to the raw, chauffeurs you to the raw frontier of your own awareness. It never whispers, it detonates. It strips the dust off your instincts and burns the labels off your identity and snaps you out of the echo chamber of yesterday. The moment that shock hits, the prowess of now switches on the sovereign dexterity, the instinctual clarity, the warrior wise intelligence that only awakens when you stop living from memory and instantly live from immediacy. Power wakes you, prowess moves you, and it's inner expansion. Together they lift you out of the archive and into a live unborrowed now, where your rise is never a choice, it's a consequence. why the power of now liberates me from. Because the power of now dissolves the entire museum in one strike. Supreme frequencies doesn't negotiate with your past, it vaporizes it. The roles, the reflexes, the rehearsed identity, the dust-covered stories all lose their authority the moment you stand in pure now. How's that feel, to stand in the pure now? Kind of feels like you let go of everything and risen to the here and now. Liberation begins where memory ends, because the power of now cuts the cord to every illusion that ever claimed you. Man, it cut a lot of illusions for me because I had a lot of them. But that's the thing. The museum is the illusions. And you cut the cords, the illusions go on. The illusions that ever claimed you of fear, doubt, hesitation, performance, these only survive in the echo of yesterday. All fear, doubt, hesitation is the echoes of yesterday. Now is too alive, too immediate, too unfiltered for the illusion to anchor itself. The moment you enter now, everything false falls away because it can never breathe in that altitude. The moment you enter now, everything false falls away because it can never breathe in that altitude. Because the power of now awakens the prowess that makes liberation your natural state of easy. Prowess is a sovereign dexterity that only activates in presence. It's the instinctual clarity, that warrior-wise wisdom of the unborrowed movements that rises you when you stop thinking and start perceiving. Once prowess switches on, liberation isn't something you chase, it's something you are. Why the prowess of now liberates me from me, because prowess of now is the wisdom that only activates when nothing old is running within me. Prowess is never memory, identity, or habit. It's pure immediacy. It's all right here. The moment you stand in now, your instincts sharpen, your clarity ignites, and your body becomes the perceptor of everything. Anything that once claimed you, fear, doubt, hesitation, performance, loses its grip because it can never operate in this altitude. Because prowess of now dissolves reaction with sovereign expansion. Reaction is a museum, prowess is the frontier. When you move from now, you stop being controlled by the old reflexes or inherited scripts. You're chauffeured from awareness, never from wounds. This is liberation as action, never concept. Because prowess of now turns your awareness into a blade that cuts through the illusions instantly. Prowess is precision, the supreme frequency clarity that sees through every false narrative before it can hook you. Illusions can only survive in memory, can never breathe in presence. Prowess frees me because it makes truth your default perception. Why the power of now electrifies my prowess of now and energizes my artistic abilities. The power now floods your system with raw voltage. Your artistry can finally ride its tides of success. Supreme frequencies never warm you up. It electrifies you. It shocks the dust off your instincts. That's neat. Burns the hesitation out of your hands and lights up the neural creative pathways that only activate in presence. Your prowess of now switches on because your system is no longer running yesterday's software. The prowess of now is instinctual genius that awakens when you're fully present. Artistry is never memory, it's immediacy. Prowess is a sovereign dexterity, the intuitive precision, the creative ferocity that emerges when you stop thinking and start perceiving your desired lifestyle. The supreme frequency, your artistic abilities stop being skills and instantly become transmissions, broadcasting your talents through you to the world. Supreme frequency turns your awareness into creative lightning rods. When you stand in the now, your awareness becomes conductive. It pulls inspiration, imagery, rhythm, and expression straight through your body. You listen with your body and expand through your body. This is why art feels alive, unborrowed, and impossible to rehearse. The power of now electrifies you. The prowess of now channels it. Your artistry becomes the lightning. The meaning of power of now. The meaning of power. Power is the raw voltage of presence that dissolves every false authority. Power is never dominance, force, or control. That's the museum's definition. The supreme frequency power is the shockwave of your pure awareness that strips illusion of its grip. Power is the awareness. It's the moment you stop being run by memory and start being fueled by immediacy. Power is the unborrowed force that rises you as you stop negotiating with your past. True power never comes from identity, history, or narrative. It comes from the now. The only place where your instincts, clarity, and sovereignty are fully alive is right here. And if you start, I'm going to do a class on this, but you start everything out right here. This is a savage wisdom. Power is what remains when everything false falls away. Power is the inner coherence that makes your presence non-manipulable. Power is never aggression, it's alignment. It's the supreme frequency steadiness that cuts through confusion, fear, and external noise. When you stand in this coherence, nothing can pull you off your center because you're no longer powered by the story, you're powered by authenticity. The meaning of prowess. Prowess is the awakened wisdom that only lives of the now. Prowess is never talent, skill, or practice. Those are museum artifallacies. Prowess is a sovereign clarity, that the instinctual genius, the real-time dexterity that switches on the moment you stop thinking from memory and start perceiving from the presence. Because what you want to perceive from is all right here. Prowess is your unborrowed power expressed through the body's immediacy. Prowess rises from the lively body. The perceptor never the mind's narrator. It's the supreme frequency expansion that comes from listening through sensation, intuition, and awareness instead of identity. This is why prowess feels clean, precise, and undeniable. Prowess is a sovereign force that cuts through illusions with your pure coherence. Prowess never argues with illusion, it dissolves it. It's the blade of presence, the clarity that sees veracity and authenticity instantly, the inner authority that can be manipulated by fear, doubt, or memory. Prowess is liberation in motion. The meaning of power of now and prowess of now. Power of now is the voltage that snaps you out of the museum mind. And the power of now is the shockwave, that the supreme frequency jolt that breaks the trance of memory, identity, and old narratives. It dissolves the dust, the labels, the roles, and the rehearsed self. It returns you to, it shows you your raw awareness, where veracity is immediate and perception is alive and thriving. The prowess of now is awakened mastery and only activated once the voltage hits. Prowess of now is never talent or skill, it's instinctual genius. It's the sovereign dexterity, that intuitive precision, your warrior wise clarity that switches on the moment presence becomes your operating system. Prowess is your mastery without rehearsal. Prowess is your mastery without rehearsal. Your intelligence without interference. Your wisdom without interference. Together they turn your awareness into the living force that can never be manipulated by the past. Power wakes you. Prowess moves you. Power clears the static. Prowess broadcasts your signal. They merge as you stop echoing and start transmitting. Liberated from memory, aligned with immediacy, and rising from your own unborrowed frequency. Why my vanguard power geysers my perceptor prowess and chauffeurs me through life with ease. Because my vanguard power erupts the moment you stop thinking and begin perceiving. Your power is never a battery, it's a geyser. It shoots upward the instant you stand in supreme frequency, free from the museum's mind's gravity. And that's something I really have arisen to, is the museum mind. And that's everything back there. But we really have a museum mind. And anything that comes from the past forward, that's a museum mind. The eruption is your natural state when you stop negotiating with memory. It's raw, vertical, and unstoppable, because perceptor prowess is the body's sovereign navigation system. Your lively body is the perceptor, the receiver of veracity and authenticity, coherence, and direction. When it's switched on, it chauffeurs you through life with ease, because it doesn't guess, hesitate, or overthink. It moves you with instinctual precision, guiding you through every page, through every moment, like it's already is aware of the terrain. Your supreme frequency turns your awareness into a frictionless path. As the vanguard power geysers and the perceptor prowess activates, life stops being a maze and becomes a glide. And you're no longer pushing or forcing or strategizing. You're being carried through coherence. Ease isn't laziness, it's an alignment. It's what happens when your power rises and your prowess drives. Perceptor is your awareness beneath your identity. It's never the thinker, never the narrator, never the museum mind curator. Perceptor is a raw, unfiltered consciousness that sees without commentary. That's interesting. I like that. Sees without commentary. That's the way we want to expand through life, is being aware, consciously aware without commentary. It's the part of you that perceives reality directly without the dust of memory. Perceptor is the lively body's authentic receiver. Your body is never a vessel. It's a sensing instrument. Your body is your antenna for intuition. Perceptor is the body's ability to detect coherence, direction, danger, alignment, and authenticity instantly. It's instinct without fear, intuition without the story, and the story clarity without effort. Perceptor is the source of prowess, the ignition point of your sovereign expansion. Prowess never comes from thought. It rises from perception. Perception is the ground from which your instinctual genius rises. When your perceptor is awake, your life becomes frictionless because you're guided by immediacy and never memory. Perceptor is the awareness beneath your identity. Never a thinker, never the narrator, never the museum's mind curator. Perceptor is a raw, unfiltered consciousness that sees without commentary. You know, something it is now is all we have right here. Why now is all you experience, because only the now is real, is authentic enough to be experienced. The past is a memory, the future is a projection. Neither can be experienced, only referenced. Experience requires immediacy, sensation, perception, breath, awareness. They're the now. Everything else is museum dust. Your perceptor can only operate in the present moment. Your lively body, the perceptor, never feels yesterday, doesn't sense tomorrow. It receives authenticity in here and now. This is why all clarity, all instinct, all prowess, and all coherence arise in the here and now, never echo from memory. Because consciousness itself is a here and now event, never a timeline event. Awareness doesn't stretch across time. It flashes, ignites, and perceives in a single living instant. You never experience life across the timeline. You experience it as a continuous eruption of now. That's why now is all you truly have, truly touch, is right here. And see, everything is here. And the class I'm making, you want to ask questions from here out. It's the soul, the heart, and the body where everything is lived and perceived. So here and now is all you have, and the prowess of now and the power of now awakens the present moment perceptor in you, so you witness life in a bold, bright way. I want to thank you, and good night.